Timmy says that he will need 1970s clothes to blend in, so Cosmo and Wanda simply poof up a smiley face that appears on Timmy's pink shirt. With that ordeal out of the way, Timmy says they must now find the miserable child that will grow up to be the miserable adult known as Mr. Crocker. Cosmo says he knows where he is and poofs them to Dinsdale Elementary School. In the schoolyard, Timmy spots young Denzel Crocker impressing his fellow students with a yo-yo. Timmy is surprised that Cosmo is actually right for once, and Cosmo says, "1 in a row, a new record." Wanda remarks she finds something familiar about Denzel, but cannot place it. Timmy says sees his mother as a kid being pushed by young Sheldon Dinkelberg on a swing. Mr. Turner skates by on a skateboard and growls his first known Dinkelberg, or precisely Sheldon, but becomes distracted by Timmy calling him his nickname, Dad, and skates in front of a truck. He is rescued at the last moment by Denzel Crocker, who is using a pink soapbox racer and wearing a green helmet. Nanette You Betcha, a female news reporter closely resembling Chet You Betcha, interviews Denzel on his heroics and says that tomorrow, March 15th, is Denzel Crocker Day. Crocker says he cannot wait to go home and tell his mom. Timmy, Cosmo, and Wanda poof themselves to Crocker's childhood house, the same one he lives in the present, although it is much nicer condition. There, Denzel runs up to his mother to tell him the news, but she's leaving for her job at the 8-track factory, the music delivery system of the future, and has left Denzel under the care of his teenage babysitter, Vic, who immediately sends him to bed. Timmy and his fairies, disguised as hummingbirds, watching Crocker in his room. There, Timmy notices that Crocker has an inattentive parent, an evil teenage babysitter, and a pink and green pet parrots. Timmy finally realizes that Crocker had fairy godparents, spazzing out the same way Crocker does in saying the words. He tells his fairies to hit him if he ever did that again. Inside Crocker's room, his parents poof into the 1970s Cosmo and Wanda, who are dressed like hippies. Timmy grabs his fairies by the throat and pulls them aside. They poof back to their normal forms in Crocker's yard. And there, Timmy asks his fairies what they are doing being Crocker's fairies 30 years ago. Cosmo and Wanda both say that they cannot remember a thing they had to do with being his fairies. Timmy does not understand why Crocker has fairy godparents, and Cosmo and Wanda smack him for spazzing out like Crocker like he asked. Wanda says that all she can remember is that March 15th, 1972 is the worst day ever. Timmy says that Crocker must have done something to lose Cosmo and Wanda if they don't remember being his fairies, but Wanda dismisses that as ridiculous because all fairies are master disguise until they see the 1970s counterpart Cosmo idiotically flying around in plain sight.